Hello, Jen here with the layout for the Shotz design team. This is the announcement for the November-December group challenge. So Shotz has a Facebook group that you can go and join. It's tons of fun. Lots of people are always posting in there and just sharing all of their creations. So I will leave the links down below. You can go ahead and join the group and start sharing away. I love seeing what everybody creates. So for November and December, the challenges are going to be grouped into one. So it runs from the 1st of November all the way through to the 31st of December, and you are challenged to do layering in whatever way it works for you, however you want to play with it. Go for it. Layer it up. So layering your mixed media, watercolors with texture paste, with stencils, with what else? I don't know, mists and sprays, anything like that is all considered layering. Layering paper to create cards and layouts, layering embellishments. In my project, I'm going to be doing a little bit of all of that. So whatever way you want to play around with layering, that is the challenge. Create as many projects as you like, hop over into the group and go ahead and post them there so that we can all see your work and be inspired by it. So I am working on the title page or the opening page to my December daily for 2023, and I just thought this would be a fun opportunity to play around with some of my watercolors and kind of just get that first page done, because that really kind of opens up the creativity for me. I've been watching a lot of other people posting their base pages for December daily. Have you guys seen what Christy's doing? It's absolutely phenomenal. I love absolutely every page that she has shared, and lots of other people are sharing too. And so I have all these ideas accumulating in my mind, and I just needed to get something down on paper. So this is what I'm going with. I've left this video a little bit longer too because I'm going to get a little bit chatty. Definitely stay through to the end, because as this video goes, I'm going to give you guys some details on a giveaway that's happening. We are celebrating, I'm celebrating, and I am so grateful to have some friends also joining in to celebrate with me, hitting 2,000 subscribers. So huge milestone for me. It's been a long time coming. I really had to push through to get to that number. I've hit a few, slumps, and I've had surgery and adopting our little guy and a few kind of creative burnout moments. And so it was a tough go for a little bit, and I really questioned if I was going to be able to get there, but I've got there, and I'm super excited. I am eternally grateful to all of you as my subscribers. You are so supportive. You come back and watch all of my videos and comment and like, and just, it's very touching, and I am so thankful for you guys. And so I want to celebrate, and because I've been mentioning it over and over again, that I have a bunch of stuff I've been tucking away for a giant giveaway. So I plan to essentially just do videos all month long. I'm going to create a large playlist where anybody who wants to join in and create a video can add their videos there, and you guys get to watch all of those videos. I have said that anyone who wants to create is welcome to scraplift me if they want, or use a sketch. I will share that sketch in my next video, but share a sketch that I created for November, so you can create using that. Or the other thing I've said is, if you would like to just share some of your favorite things, because my giveaway is just filled with tons and tons of my favorite things, the places I like to shop at, the types of material I like to use and play with and create with. And so That is sort of the theme as well. So please follow along, and I'm just going to go through all of the videos in the end, write everybody's name down, and enter everyone into a draw. So if you comment on all of my videos, every time you comment, you'll just get an extra ballot in for the draw. And probably I'll do the final video on my birthday, November 28th. So on that day, I will kind of wrap things up a little bit, and then it gives me a couple days to get all of the names and everything put together. Because I know that I have a lot more international subscribers, I'm definitely going to try to work it out so that I can have some gifts for anyone who might win in places in Europe and Australia and stuff like that. So I'm not going to leave you guys out. I'm going to work it all out to make sure that I can get some gifts and prizes out to as many places and people as possible. So, yeah, I was going to wait until the end of the video to share that with you, but I just got excited and started talking. So stay tuned. In my next video, I will have the playlist, I will have the sketch, and I will just share all of that. I'm also going to make sure to mention as many names as possible of people that are playing along. I really want to encourage everybody to go and show them some love and support them as well. That's what makes this community so amazing is the support that we all give to each other. And, you know, we're all just here to create and have fun and inspire each other and share our passions. So if I'm sharing names, I would love if you guys went and checked out their channels and the videos that they're posting to celebrate along with me and comment and subscribe and like and do all those amazing things. It really means a lot to me to be able to share with you all of those other people. So that's kind of it for now. Definitely stay tuned for my next video. Let me explain to you what I'm doing here though. So I took a snap album. I got that from Shotz. That's going to be my album for my December daily this year. And in the snap albums, I didn't kind of go through all the pages, but you saw a little glimpse of how they are set up. So they always come with 3 kind of thicker chipboard dividers. Then you get some patterned papers, and then you get the page protectors. So between the dividers, the pages, and those protectors, I definitely think I have enough stuff kind of within that album to document my whole 25 days. And I like to use the dividers to create kind of, you know, pages. Those may not be pages with photos on them. It might be something like this, where it's a page that will be the opening or like the first divider. My plan is that between this divider and the next divider, it's going to be all of the November stuff that we do. Here, I don't know if it's like this for everybody, but here in Canada, a lot of Christmas stuff ramps up in November because we have already celebrated Thanksgiving. And so we kind of don't have to wait for that like they do in the US. So we get a lot of our Christmas markets and, you know, fun events like that. Oftentimes Christmas photos, Santa photos and stuff. We get those done in November because the weather will start to get colder and colder. So if you're doing outdoor activities, kind of Christmassy activities, you definitely want those done in November before the super cold snow and, you know, potentially really, really cold weather could hit in December. So even things like our town's light up activities and Santa Claus parades and stuff like that, they're usually in November. So I like to have a section in my December daily that isn't necessarily every day of November, but just a little kind of glimpse at all of the stuff that we've done in November that is Christmas related. So that will be the first, in between the first 2 dividers. And then I think the second divider, between the second and the third divider, I was thinking that could be maybe some of my, well, I have two options. That's either going to be kind of my prep stuff where I can document things like the different Christmas lists that I've created for gift giving and cards and, prepping for activities and prepping for dinners and baking and all that kind of stuff. And then after that, third divider will be days 1 through 25. Or the other thing I was thinking is between the second and third divider, I could do days 1 to 24. And in behind the third divider, I could just have a bunch of days for Christmas Day or a bunch of pages for Christmas Day. So something like that is going to happen. I do enjoy using those dividers, and I think it kind of is fun to just mix it up and add some of those organizational things into my December daily. I don't do it every year, but in this album, I think that might work and be a little bit of fun. So this is the first divider. I've taken one of the pages out. It's just a plain white graph paper page. And I wanted to go with white because obviously I've done some mixed media here. So I pulled out some of my Emerald Creek watercolors. The red one is pomegranate, and the blue one is, or the greenish one, sorry, is I think called Kananaskis. So it's just this like really beautiful kind of almost bluish green, and then the red you can see right there is like a beautiful Christmas red. It's a warmer red. It's a cooler red, which I prefer, and I just think it's really pretty. So I kind of smushed that around, and then I have some cheaper watercolors that are filled with really gorgeous mica powder, so they're highly kind of shimmery. I got those from Dollarama, so I have a gold one, a silver one, and then a little bit kind of a darker grayish one. I didn't really use that one. But I smushed the red and the green, and then I splattered the gold and the silver. So pretty standard, kind of a go-to technique for me. And then I decided to pull out from Scrap Shotz the 49 and Market Christmas Spectacular, the elements that I have. So I didn't have any of the paper. I probably would have used that as my background if I had had any of the papers, but I didn't buy any of the papers. I bought the acetate foliage, which is all these beautiful wreaths and poinsettias and like holly and berries and stuff like that. So I bought the acetate, and then I also bought the chipboard words, which are just really pretty. And there are a couple, like you can see here, that piece is chipboard. So there are a couple images in that as well of, again, the holly and the berries and things like that. So I pulled both of those out, and I just grabbed one of the wreaths and turned it into my little shaker pocket. I filled it with some gorgeous sequins from Spiegel Mom Scraps. I have a couple of Christmas collections in there, or mixes in there. And then I have the teeny tiny little stars in both silver and gold. And I just really filled it up. I could probably even have put more if I really wanted to, because I thought I was putting a lot, but once I actually got that like cover on top, I definitely could have filled it with more. And I used acetate as the cover to it. So I basically just kind of traced around where I put the adhesive and then cut that out so it would fit right over the adhesive. I did use some foam tape, also the Big Mama roll of foam tape that you can get at Spiegel Mom Scraps as well. And so that's where the layering really came in, because once I put that down, you could see that tape kind of poking through the wreath. And so my idea was to go ahead and take some more of those acetate pieces from the foliage set and layer them up on top of the wreath so that it kind of hid. It's there if you really look for it, but I think I've put enough details and enough little elements and pieces in there that it's hidden the foam tape. So that was kind of where my layering was going. So I've got the layers of watercolors. At the beginning, you saw me shaking that paper, and I was being a little bit impatient on getting it to dry, but I didn't use a lot of water in my smushing, so it did dry pretty quickly. And so then I layered up all of the acetate to kind of make that wreath look really nice and full. You can see me here still trying to decide where to put some of these elements, but it did also serve another purpose, which was to hide the foam tape. And then I also went ahead and layered up some of this chipboard. So my title is layered, and I have some of those chipboard elements tucked behind the wreath as well. So it's kind of layered with the acetate. And that's not something I do very often. Normally, I'm talking to you about how to make my layers less thick and have less dimension to them. But because this album has some open pages and this isn't going to be stuck behind a page protector, I can go ahead and add a lot more dimensions. So layering up my chipboard is something I don't get to do often. So it was definitely a lot of fun that I had the opportunity to do this. And now the trick when you're layering the chipboard is that anywhere that chipboard isn't touching any other elements, you just have to tuck a little bit of foam tape in, and you might have to cut your foam tape down, or if you have different widths of foam tape, meaning like height, sorry, not like width as in how wide it is as a strip, but how high the dimension is. You might have to cut it down or maybe double it up or play around with it a little bit just to tuck some of those pieces in so that you don't have anywhere where the chipboard is being pushed down and there's nothing underneath it to hold it up. Because the one thing about chipboard is over time, it can start to bend or crease a little bit. So you definitely want to reinforce underneath any of those spots, but that's pretty quick and easy to do. So that's my little tip there. And with the acetate, my tip was really just to kind of tuck it into some of the spots where the elements, as they're overlapping, don't get too kind of blurred. It's, if you look at it and you have your elements kind of sort of over top of places in a certain way, it will blur the images. So look for the little gaps and openings, and then you're much better off getting your acetate kind of layered up that way. But that is it from me for now. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please go check out all of the links below. Stay tuned for my next video. And until next time, happy scrapping. Bye.